We've got one comment in the chat already from Brandon Diaz. I'm betting the over. Will Welty start this stream at 11:15 a.m. today? It is 11:05. Brandon just lost his bet. Brandon doubted me. See, that's what happens when you doubt me. You end up losing some bets. I'm over here in a new area. Not a new area, but I'm starting from a completely different area than we normally start the live streams. So I hope you guys have been doing well. I wanted to get one live in before I head out tomorrow. I've got a flight tomorrow night. So I want to get one live in this week so I could feel a little bit of normalcy. I'm going through an unbelievable time of life right now. Unbelievably busy. Brandon says, I'm here for the scoop on the ice cream career. Okay. Oh, man, I left my hat. I left my hat at home. I got my power hat. I've got my Hornets hat. Y'all see a lot, but I left my freaking ice cream hat at home. That's a shame. Yeah, I've done 2 shifts now. I've done two 4-hour shifts. Yeah. With 2 scoops. So my third 4-hour shift is going to be tomorrow morning. It's my 3rd training. After that, I'm going to do 1 more training. And then my fifth shift, I'll be monitored, but I'm going to be expected to open the store by myself on the 5th one. So I'm trying to find, there's like no shade over here. And it is officially, in South Carolina, it's officially getting hot. Like every day now for 7 months, it's going to be hot. So we're going to be looking for shade a lot. And a lot of people will be buying ice cream. What's up, Jehu? I haven't figured out how much money I'm making yet with 2 scoops. I don't really know. I know what my base hourly pay is. And I know I'm getting some sort of a tip share. I just haven't really figured it out yet. How they're tracking what I deserve on tips. I found shade to park in. It's just the problem is there's a sign directly to my right that says no parking. There's a no parking sign. But considering this is the only place with shade over here, I'm going to park right here. What's up, Steve? Man, okay, so last live stream, several of you watching were watching last live stream. It got taken down by YouTube. It got removed from YouTube because they didn't like, I think they've got an AI or an algorithm, whatever. They've got some sort of technology listening to me. And I said, I guess I used some words you're not really supposed to use, and it triggers YouTube. And the words pertain to like, how can I explain it? Let's play charades. Y'all know what I'm talking about? I talked about that a little bit, and YouTube didn't like that. Hang on. Does this ring a bell? Does that face ring a bell for you? I talked about that a little bit. What's up, Bud Soda? So YouTube took my live stream down, and it's gone forever. I was given a punishment, but I wasn't banned. I wasn't banned. So a lot of people have been asking me like, oh my gosh, I know your live stream got removed. All of a sudden you're posting on YouTube. Like, you haven't been live since. You're posting on YouTube very infrequently. Have you been banned? Were you temporarily put in timeout? Not really. I was given a warning. I was given a warning on July 8th. On July 8th, let's just say on July 8th, my warning is like, I don't want to say rescinded, but it times out. Oh, I should probably turn my other apps on. Let's get Grubhub and Uber Eats going. On July 8th, it will have been 90 days. And I'll have a little bit more speech flexibility back. And I'll be posting a video on July 8th or 9th. And I'm going to say absolutely whatever the hell I want to say in that video. Trust that, because after the 90 days, hey, if they flag me again, so be it. I'll go through another 90 days. I don't care. But on July 8th and 9th, a video will be coming. And I'm showing it all, baby. I'm showing it all. Not April 8th. Nope, I got to wait a full 90 days. Bud Soda said, did you get a strike? Technically, no. It was a strike warning. On July 8th or 9th, I expect we'll get... I'm hoping it'll be another warning. I'm hoping it's a second warning, since that's why I want to wait the full 90 days. That way I don't risk a strike. Brandon said, when I worked ice cream, the owner would weigh our scoops to be as close to 4 ounces as possible. 4 ounces. I don't know. We do have something called a scoop score. To answer your question, Brandon says, do they weigh your scoops? Sort of. We have something called a scoop score kept at the end of every day. But that's that's like sort of everybody included. Each individual, before they start their shift, you clock in, and the first thing you do is 2 practice scoops that are weighed of each kind. You know, we got a kid scoop, a single scoop, a double, things like that. You practice each twice, you weigh each, and you write it down in a book. They've got a binder of this information. And that's supposed to like calibrate you for the day. And that keeps track of sort of how close you are to the target number. So that's each individual's purpose. And then as a whole, at the end of the day, they're keeping a scoop score, which sort of averages everybody out. Bud Soda, yes, I took a part-time W-2. I started a part-time W-2. What's up, Chris? Chris Doe in the house. So that answers your question. I haven't been off YouTube because I've been banned. I've been off YouTube because I've been very busy. I told y'all in the deleted live stream, I told y'all I was trying to buy another house. It looks like that's going to happen. It looks like that's going to happen. Let's just say that. I don't want to reveal too much yet, but that's where I was right before I went live. I went to the property that we're going to buy this morning. I made some measurements. So that's why I'm starting from a completely different hotspot on the map than I normally do. I don't know what to expect. I don't think it's anywhere near as busy over here. I also found out, this is interesting, the new property is not technically in, it's a Rock Hill, South Carolina property, but it's not in the Rock Hill zone on DoorDash. So if I were to sit in my new living room, I would have to press dash along the way. I wouldn't press dash now. I don't know how much that will affect me. I don't know how that will affect me. It's less than a mile to enter the zone. Less than a mile. So it's not that far. I've just got a lot going on, man. Because what we're going to do is we're going to go from a 4-bedroom to a 2-bedroom. Our 4-bedroom house is full of stuff, furniture and stuff. We gotta get all that down. I'm going to be selling quite a bit of the furniture. I got to sell a bunch of stuff because we're downsizing. We got to get rid of a bunch of stuff. I've got to, I don't know if you've ever bought a house before, you know, all the stuff, sign all the documents you got to turn over like it's a mess. It's a lot of work. All the while, I'm still trying to make a little bit of money in here and there. So I'm trying to work a little bit. I'm trying to get to YouTube a little bit. I am now at the point where I am so behind on YouTube content editing. It's crazy. Y'all haven't even seen anything from the vacation I took a week or two ago. I've got all this footage and I can't even get it out to y'all right now because I'm so busy. But it'll come someday. It'll be like the casino video Brandon always wanted. It'll be like that. Instead of Brandon asking me for a casino video, he'll be asking me, where's the vacation videos at? Forget Biloxi, dude. I'm flying to Mississippi tomorrow night. Y'all might not see the Biloxi videos until like September. I don't know. No promises. No promises. Don't rush me. We're going to move because I'm not confident that we're going to sit here and get a DoorDash. I really don't know. Maybe I should just sit here anyway just for the... Nah, I'm going to move. We're going to go toward the university. We're about 3 miles. We're about 2.5 to 3 miles from the university. Let's head there. What else? Oh yeah, the new purchase of the property. The purchase of the new property is contingent on me showing proof that I have a renter in my current home, which is kind of ridiculous because think about that. I've got to, all at one time, I have to move out of the house, move into the new one, but also move someone else into the old house. So like, it's just a very hard, I don't know how I'm going to be. That's why I'm not trying to like get ahead of myself, because I've got a lot to do still before this is official. Either that or I've got to find somebody willing to like pay for rent ahead of time, knowing they're not going to move in for a month or two. I'm hoping I can find that. Because if they want to move in immediately, I just don't know how that's really realistic. For me to move everything out of that house, get professionally cleaned, have some improvements made to it, and get them in all within like what, a weekend? I don't think that can be done in a weekend. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. What else? Okay, there's no way. No, I was wrong. It's not 3 miles from where we were to the university. It's about 1 more mile. It's 3 miles from the new property to the university, but I had already driven about 1.5 miles. So we're like already here. So that's not bad. Not bad. We're close. We're just like 3 miles from the university, which is nice because the ice cream shop that I'm working at is walking distance from the university, and the gym we go to every day is the university gym on the university campus. So I'll actually be closer, I think. I'm closer to the campus and the and Two Scoops ice cream in the new house than my current house. I'm trying to think what else I need to update y'all on. I don't know. It's just a whole lot, man. It's a whole lot. This has been a lot more stressful. The second purchase of a property for me has been a lot more stressful than there's no doubt about that. Because the first time when we bought our house in 2020, I didn't even think we were going to get it. It was the first offer we put in. I was being told it was an unbelievably competitive market. Everybody wanted to buy houses. No house was going for under asking price, like none. And the interest rates were really good at that time. So we put in an offer on our house for asking price. We put the offer in for asking price. We ended up getting it. I thought there's no way we're gonna get it, but let's just I was just thinking, let's put a couple experiences under our belt. Let's actually put an offer in and go through the process of putting an offer in and being rejected. Well, the first one got accepted. So everything happened so fast. There weren't a lot of obstacles in the way, I would say, because that purchase wasn't contingent on me finding a renter for another property. So this one's a lot harder. But I can do it. I know I can do it. I know I can do it. All right, so we drove to the university area, and now we're starting to receive DoorDash offers. That's what I thought would happen. This first one is complete garbage. I'll show it to you. Check that out. $5.50 for 10.7 miles. Can't do it. I can't buy a house. I can't buy a second house delivering stuff like that. Bud Soda says if you can't pay cash for the new house, I'd say no. Well, I'll tell you, Bud Soda, I will tell you that I can't pay cash for it. So that'll answer your question. Am I paying cash for the new house? No. No, I'm not. Oh, here's another thing I wanted to share with you guys. Because YouTube has officially started. I always knew it would happen. I always told y'all it would happen. I always told y'all once my channel gets bigger and bigger, the bigger the UUELTE YouTube channel gets, the more frequently I will get in trouble with YouTube. That's why it's interesting. And I think AI is changing this a little bit now because the AI can pick up on certain things that you say. But before AI, the situation was you could say anything you wanted on YouTube. The factor that determines whether or not you get in trouble with YouTube wasn't what you say. It was how many people are listening to it. You know? if you've got one viewer, unless that one viewer happens to flag your, happens to like turn you in or something, happens to complain about it, no one's going to know. But now that I've got some more viewers, it's the Andrew Tate problem, right? Andrew Tate, there's lots of people saying what Andrew Tate says out in the universe, right? There's lots of people saying those things. He's getting the crap because he's the one that has the attention. So the more and more internet attention you get, the harder they're going to come down on me. So I've had my first instance of having a video completely erased off the internet, a live stream completely erased off the internet as if it didn't happen, which I think should be illegal. I would even be fine with them muting. The part that they're upset about is about a 30 to 45 second clip. How about you just mute that 45 seconds? It's a 2.5 hour live stream. Of course I'm going to say, you guys know me. Of course I'm going to say something inappropriate every 30 seconds out of every 2 hours. Of course. I'm welty. Inappropriate. Let me say inappropriate in quotes. According to them, what I said, I stand by. It's not even inappropriate. I'm just using their terminology. It's not even inappropriate speech that I used. To be clear, if y'all were here. Because I had people that watched my whole live stream and they were like, what? What'd you say? Like, I don't, why? I have rap songs on my channel with suggestive lyrics about transgenderism that they're letting stay up. But what I said in that live stream somehow not allowed. Interesting. What's up, Kevin? So who's the most? Who is the figure in our society right now with the absolute most pull? Who's getting the most crap out of anyone? By far. His name would be Donald Trump. It's not close. This kind of broke my heart. I saw this yesterday. Let me pull up this clip for y'all. Or no, not yesterday. I saw this today.
We had some amazing things happen.
Let me give you all the context. This is Donald Trump speaking after Judge Merchan, I don't know how you say it, Merchan, informed him that he could not attend his son Barron's high school graduation or he will be jailed. The judge says Trump cannot attend his son Barron's high school graduation or he will be jailed. Obviously, because his presence is being requested in the courtroom, I'm assuming, at the same time. So they've decided that a former president of the United States can't be granted an exception, a 1 day or a few hour exception to attend this graduation, apparently, is what I'm understanding. Let's hear from Trump himself, his reaction to it.
Amazing things happened today. As you know, my son is graduating from high school, and it looks like the judge will not let me go. The graduation of my son has worked very, very hard. He's a great student. I'm very proud of the fact that he did so well. I was looking forward for years to have graduation with his mother and father there. It looks like the judge isn't even allowed me to escape this scam. It's a scam trial. If you read all of the legal pundits, all of the legal scholars today, there's not one that I see that said this is a case that should be brought to a trial. It's a scam. It's a political witch hunt. It continues, and it continues forever. And we're not going to be given a fair trial. It's a very, very sad thing. In addition, as you know, next Thursday, we're before the United States Supreme Court on a very big hearing on immunity. And this is something that we've been waiting for a long time. And the judge, of course, is not going to allow us. He's a very conflicted judge, and he's not going to allow us to go to that. He won't allow me to leave here for a half a day, go to D.C. and go before the United States Supreme Court because he thinks he's superior, I guess, to the Supreme Court. And we got a real problem with this judge. We have a real problem with a lot of things having to do with this trial, including the DA. Because you go right outside and people are being mugged and killed all day long, and he's sitting here all day with not 10 or 12 prosecutors over nothing, over what people say shouldn't be a trial. So I just want to thank you very much, but that I can't go to my son's graduation or that I can't go to the United States Supreme Court, that I'm not in Georgia or Florida or should be.
That's the gist of it. I don't want to do this. That one, I almost accepted that Uber Eats, but it wasn't good. Yeah, it just pissed me off, man. Seeing that, I was like, dang. Hopefully that'll resonate with some people. Dude's being kept from his son's graduation over this. And that's just a more... Hopefully people can feel the humanity in that, because it's much more relatable. That example, he's missing his son's graduation. It's very relatable to people. Being kept from going on the campaign trail is not relatable to people, even though it's much more impactful. But this, I think, will actually resonate. He's got to miss his son's graduation. People will get that. But the larger point is, no, he's being kept altogether from like doing what he should be doing right now, whether it's his graduation or whatever it is, whatever else it is. And right now it would be, like he says, I should be out campaigning in Georgia and North Carolina right now, but I can't. I should be going to my son's graduation, but they're telling me I can't. I don't know, man. I can't explain how important it is that we the people send a message this time with the vote. It's really, honestly, it's at the point where even if you don't like Donald Trump, you should be voting for him. Even if you don't like him, it can't be personal this time. But if you can't understand the situation at hand in terms of political warfare, that Donald Trump is being attacked because he's more of a we the people president than we've been used to for quite a long time. If you can't understand that they're taking him down because of that, and that it doesn't matter, I don't know, man. We got to put our feelings aside this time and send a message like, y'all can't be doing this. Y'all can't do this to our candidates, man. You can't be keeping our candidates from even running. RFK having trouble even getting on ballots. Trump not even being allowed to go campaign. Playing this whole game like, oh, we're not going to have a debate. We don't want to engage in a debate, which we've been doing for our entire history as a country. We're not even going to participate in the debates and the excuse is we don't want to dignify the opponent. We don't even want to we don't think they're even worthy of the debate. We're above even having the conversation. Y'all, I don't care what you think about Trump. If we have to punish, we the people have to punish that message. We have no choice but to punish them for that level of audacity. I swear to God that if it were the reverse situation, this would never happen. But if in the reverse situation, Let's say it was Mark Cuban running Democrat. Let's do this hypothetical. Let's say it's Mark Cuban running Democrat. Mark Cuban running Democrat, and the Republican, the Republicans were behind putting Cuban through trials so that he couldn't run his campaign. And let's say all the media was like Republican managed instead of Democrat managed, and we were just erasing Mark Cuban from like having Facebook and Twitter accounts and stuff like that. I swear to God, I'd vote for Mark Cuban if they did that. I would be forced to, because we just can't tolerate that. In that circumstance, I would vote Mark Cuban as a Democrat over, let's say it's like, who's a good example? Who's a good example? Chris Christie. Let's say it was Chris Christie. Chris Christie versus Cuban, and they were holding Cuban down like that, I would vote for Cuban. What's up, Thomas? Thomas says he can't go to his son's graduation because of this. Yeah, that's what I've been talking about. Hopefully that resonates with people, because I think a lot of Donald Trump's problems, people have a hard time resonating with him. Because nobody else, a lot of people can't put themselves in his shoes to feel like, how would I feel if I was being kept from campaigning? How would I feel if I was being kept from being on all social medias? How would I feel if the absurd amount of money he was originally supposed to be, even what they finally come down to $175 million or something like that. But before that, it was $400 something million. People can't relate to that kind of a plight. But something as simple as, he has to miss his son's graduation. Oh, they're not letting him go to his son's graduation. Almost everybody in America can relate to that. But I don't want this whole live stream to be about that today. I wanted to talk about that because, like, my problems with YouTube taking down my live stream are very insignificant. That's such an insignificant. But it is the problem though. The same reason that my live stream would be taken off of YouTube is the same reason why they're putting so many obstacles in front of Trump. It's all they're playing the same game with Trump and I. Trump is just having to go through way more because of who he is. And it's a sign, y'all. It's a sign. Because they know, see, this is what they know. They know there's people like me on the come up. They are aware of that. They know there's welties out here on the come up that are really pissed off. And so their goal and their strategy is, let's make the final, what's Donald Trump got left? 10 or 15 years? Who knows? Who knows how much longer Donald Trump will live? Let's make the final 10 to 15 years of his life such a living hell that no one ever wants to do what he did again. And my answer to that, well, I was going to cuss, but I think y'all know what my answer to that would be. No, Giggity, I didn't get a strike, but the last live stream that I did got taken off YouTube. I was given a warning for it. It's been removed. You won't be able to find it. I had to take a class. I had to take an online class presented by YouTube about what I did wrong. I had to take a quiz at the end of the class, and I couldn't. I was asked one question at a time, and you can't advance through the questions until you get the question that you're on correct. Correct. So you got to keep answering the question until you get it right. And that supposedly confirms that you learned something. I was taught a lesson. I've got all that on film. I filmed it all. Y'all, one day y'all will see it. On July 8th or 9th, you'll see what I'm talking about. You'll see what I went through. And I'm about positive that they're going to give me another warning or an actual strike next time. But that's why I want to wait to post that video. That's why I want to wait until July 8th or 9th or whatever. I want to wait for my 90-day probation to end in hopes that they just give me another I'm hoping they just give me another warning. We'll start this because it's so short. $5, half a mile. It's better than sitting here making no money. Let's do a $5 half miler. Giggity said, what was the lesson you learned? I don't know. There was a bunch of questions about they presented different hypotheticals about people saying things on the internet, and then I had to answer whether or not it would be considered misinformation. Because they said what I said was misinformation. So I had to basically prove that I learned the answers to the hypotheticals about what I can and can't say, basically. Basically, where the line is between opinion and misinformation. And what the misinformation's based on, which is interesting. You'll find when I post this video one day in about 3 months that what's interesting is that they say, oh, the opinion of the WHO is allowed to change on a daily basis. It says daily. So the information and the opinion of the WHO can change on a daily basis, but mine's not allowed to. Mine can't. Mine has to mirror what I say. Has to mirror the daily changing opinion of the WHO, or else I'm committing misinformation. As if, y'all understand what I'm saying. I don't know. I'm having a hard time even communicating it because of how absurd it is. But so that means that each YouTuber, regardless of what the content area, niche, topic of your channel is, if you're gonna at all risk saying anything about what's going on in our culture and world, then you better, before you go live every day, you better check the WHO website and see if their opinion for the day changed. That way you don't, every day I need to start my day drinking a glass of water, taking care of my dogs, letting my dogs out. Brushing my teeth, my normal morning routine now needs to include refreshing on what the WHO has decided in the last 24 hours. Which is just unrealistic. But that's what they want. I feel like, you know what I feel like it should be? Since I've got all this mortgage stuff on my mind, I just thought of this comparison or analogy. It should be, because right now what we're working on is what they call locking in an interest rate on the second loan, on the second mortgage. At some point we got to lock in an interest rate. Of course I can refinance it later, but we did that on the previous house too. You lock in the interest rate at a certain point. You say, okay, this is what it's gonna be. But what that means is that on a daily or sometimes hourly basis, the interest rates for mortgages nationally can fluctuate. They change. Lock it in. I feel like if the WHO's opinion is allowed to fluctuate in the way that an interest rate does, I should be able, as a citizen, to lock in. I should be able to lock in which WHO opinion I'm going to be able to keep if I choose to. Because that's what's so funny. I've said things that at certain points the WHO agrees with and then or doesn't agree with. And then 2 months later, oh, we got new information. Now I agree with it. So now what was 2 months ago misinformation, today is not. 2 months after that, they changed their mind again. Okay, so now it's misinformation again. I feel like I should be able to lock in at a certain point. Say, hey, no. You can't, you can no longer, at one point, I was right about this. You can't switch that up on me. That's not fair. I locked it in, baby. Hey, at one point, y'all admitted masks don't really do anything when it relates to, I don't want to use any words to trigger their algorithm again. At one point, y'all said masks don't do anything. I want to lock that in. What's up, Alex? Man, this is such a random live stream, y'all. I want to get off this topic in all seriousness. I want to move on because we got so much other good stuff to talk about. Let me go get this first delivery of the day. I'll be right back. We're going to make our first delivery for $5, and then we're going to head immediately into this. Also on Uber Eats, $8.64 for 2.4 miles. Anyway, another one of the videos that I'm backed up on getting y'all is like the NBA's regular season is officially over. My second full season as a season ticket holder is complete. I've got all the numbers for y'all. I'll be reporting on whether or not I profited on the second season, showing some footage from the final games we went to.
Turn left.
I'll be showing y'all some of the stuff that I bought at the end of the year, including this basketball. Check it out. I bought that at the final game. I bought a few other things too. So that's another video that, see, the problem is like kind of my mystical now with producing YouTube content is that my laptop memory is so low. I can only put so much footage from my phone onto my laptop at one time. To the point where I can only, hang on, we got a half-mile delivery here. Okay, we're going right here.
Turn right on College Avenue Extension, then drop off on the left. Drop off on the left.
Okay, anyway, my laptop storage is so low that I can only load.
DNF says, leave at door.
I can only load enough footage onto my laptop for one video edit at a time. So I'm literally backed up like 7 or 8 videos right now, and I can't start the second one until the first one's done and on YouTube. I can't work on 2 at once. So that's one of my issues right now. But we'll work through it.
Oakland Ave.
All right, we got about a quarter-mile drive to our next pickup. What's up, Pepino? Says, who do you think will win? What's that say? Who do you think will win between...
Turn left on North Avenue, then turn left on Oakland Avenue.
Between the Heat and the Warriors. The Heat and the Warriors don't face one another. The Heat are going to play the 76ers in a play-in game. And the Warriors are going to play the Kings in a play-in game. One of those games is tonight. I'm going to try to watch those games, even though I've got all this going on. I've got all this going on right now. I'm still going to try to watch those games. I also spent $900 in the last like 48 hours. And it's just the beginning too. I'm going to spend another $395 on Thursday. I got to pay the inspector. So I'm going to be out $395 for the inspector. I paid $590 for a new dryer for my current property because my old dryer wasn't good enough to give to a renter. So I bought a brand new dryer. I spent $308 on 6 new set of, what do they call them? Faux blinds, like fake wood blinds. I'm upgrading the blinds in my living space for the renter. Over $2,000 in earnest money I had to give up yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. Over $2,000 in earnest money deposit. So you know, we're depleting the funds, y'all. We're depleting the funds quick. Yeah, Giggity. See, this is why you can't miss the beginning of my live streams, Giggity. Either that or you got to go back and listen, man. I don't know. I've already been through a lot. I've already discussed quite a bit. But yeah, we basically, it's not official yet, but it's very, very likely that we have got a new property. Yes. I'll be right back. I hate Uber Eats GPS. I don't vibe with it. We got a 2.1 mile drive. Yeah, Giggity. So the situation is we've basically got the deal done. There's just a couple things that I got to sort out in order to make it official. Like, they want to see that I've got a 12-month lease agreed to by a renter before I can, before closing date. So that's kind of like looming over my head right now. That's the biggest obstacle I've got. And that's why it's so much more stressful. That's why this second experience has been so much more stressful for me than my first home purchase, because there was nothing like that I had to do in order to get the first house purchased. All I had to do the first time was just come up with the money. This time it's like way more involved. Shoot, I must have driven the wrong way. No, this is going to work out. We're fine. We got 2.3 miles to go. We will be able to pick up this DoorDash, $8 for 5 miles. After this, we'll be pretty close to that restaurant. That works out. What a hectic live stream. Yeah, and with all this going on, I had a flight planned to Biloxi, Mississippi, like quite a while ago, weeks or months ago, and it's tomorrow. I'm not canceling it just because of all this. I'm gonna go. So in the midst of trying to handle all this, I've still got to come up with the time to work a little bit. I got to keep making a little bit of money. Not much, but at least a little bit. And we're flying to Biloxi tomorrow night, or I'm flying to Biloxi tomorrow night. And the other thing I'm trying to do is take some shifts here and there at the new part-time W-2 so that I can learn the process and show them a certain level of commitment. At least twice a week. I'm trying to do it twice a week. So I've got a shift there tomorrow morning. So I'm kind of, this is probably, I've been thinking, I've tried to think about previous times in my life. I think this might currently be definitely one of the busiest stretches I've ever gone through in my life, in terms of just the sheer quantity and variety of things that I'm trying to accomplish at one time. I don't think I've ever taken on more at one time than I have right now. But hopefully it'll one day pay off. And hopefully I don't make any catastrophic mistakes along the way. I keep telling myself, worst case scenario, I've got to give up my first home. That'd be a real shame, because that'd be a real shame, actually, because then we will have made a move for no real reason, and we will have gotten a much worse interest rate. I'll lose my really good interest rate if I have to sell the house. But long story short, worst case scenario, we sell that house and we profit like $100,000 because of the equity that we've earned in that house over the last several years. So I keep telling myself, hey, if I fail at this and it doesn't work, we cash in on the house and we walk with money. I can deal with that. I keep having to remind Allison that too. Hey, if we really step on it here and this doesn't work, then we'll just sell the house and cash it. But I try to think about the best case scenario. Best case scenario, I find a renter quickly, one that we can trust. By the way, if any of you want to move to Rock Hill, if any of you want to move to Rock Hill, South Carolina, so that you can work in this, I can't even get it out. So that you can work in this incredibly robust gig economy market. Well, I've got a place for you to stay. All I need from you is for you to agree to a 12-month lease and pay the first month up front. And then you can live in my house.
Turn left on Anwers Street, then turn right on 1st Street.
Oh, man. Oh, no, but hey, in all seriousness, though, South Carolina's a better place to live than where a lot of y'all are living. I'll say that. I stand by that. In all seriousness, you should think about coming to I was going to say the Carolinas, but don't move to North Carolina. Don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. Move to South Carolina. There are so many advantages to being here. Giggity says, I don't want to leave this heat and humidity. Well, we got it here too, buddy.
Robert M. says, leave at door.
It's probably not as bad here, but it can be pretty bad here. It's hot today. Or as I say, it's hot in Topeka. I forget what I got that from. When I was little, I thought that was hilarious. There was some kind of cartoon. And I think Topeka is a town in Kansas. Am I right about that? Is there a town in Kansas called Topeka? I used to always say it's hot in Topeka. Second Uber delivery is complete. Let's move on to our first DoorDash pickup of the day. Now we're we're close. We're less than a mile from the restaurant. That worked out. Giggity said it will work out. I hope you're right. I hope you're right. Yeah, best scenario, we find somebody to live in the house and they treat it right. You know, they don't ruin anything on purpose. And yeah, best case scenario here, we'll be earning equity in 2 properties at a time. And we'll have to come out of pocket like $500 or $600 a month for it, which is half of what we come out of pocket for right now on one property. That's the dream. That's what we're working toward right now. Yeah, man. So if we can pull So our mortgage is $1225 on the 4-bedroom. I think our mortgage on the second house, which is a 2-bedroom, is going to end up being higher than that one. I think that's how it's going to work out. But yeah, so if we can pull in 22, I'd be happy with 2,200 on the rent. That'd give us about $1,000. That'd give us about $1,000 monthly profit ish. Subtract taxes and expenses and all that. Maybe we'll be looking, I don't know, I'm just using head math at this point, $500 extra a month maybe. I don't know how it's going to work out, but if it's close to that, maybe we'll have to come out a little bit more than $500 or $600 a month out of pocket. But either way, my goal is for our monthly expense to go down a little bit. Our expenses monthly will go down a couple $100, while at the same time we're earning equity in 2 properties instead of 1. I gotta keep. Oh shoot! I think I can park right here. Y'all don't see me parallel park very often. I'm not very good at it. This is good enough. Okay. Giggity says 22K for a 4-bedroom. I assume Giggity meant 2,200. 2,200 for a 4-bedroom seems about average here. Yeah, I'm hoping we can get that. I'd be happy with that. I'll be right back. I'm going to take my hot bag in with me this time. Doing any renovations? Yeah. I mean, sorta. Not anything crazy. Hang on, keep my head on straight here about where we're going, and then I'll talk about that. Oh, we're going to a good area. Sweet. Okay, yeah, we're doing a couple things like in the current house. I bought a dryer a couple days ago. Over the weekend, I bought a new dryer. I bought a bunch of new blinds because doing Rover over the last couple of years, we've had people's dogs get up on our blinds, and we had like the crappy old blinds, and so they like pulled on them, and they like snapped the blinds, like broke them, so they look really ratchet. And so we're replacing those. A new dryer because our dryer needed some help, and it was just really old. I've got a couple things around the house that need to be redone, like towel rods and toilet paper dispensers, like getting too loose on the drywall. They're like loose, and I don't really know how to. I'm not a handy guy. I don't know how to fix that myself. We've also got a problem with our front door. The baseboard of our front door needs to be looked at. Of course, it needs to be. We're gonna hire a professional cleaner. Once we move everything out, we're gonna have it professionally cleaned. That way, it's like spotless. I think we're gonna need to probably buy. We're gonna have to pay for the back porch to be rescreened. I think it's gonna have to. I don't know what that's gonna cost. I hope that's not too bad. That's probably the most major thing that needs to get done. That's the most major project, is the back porch needs to be screened again. Yeah, pretty much other than that, I think the house is fine. I see you, Joshua Bennett. Thanks for, he says, here's $5 just because I appreciate you for the algorithm. Thank you, Joshua. I appreciate you. That's very kind. Right now, super chats are a big deal for me. With a lot of my time, a lot of my daily time is going to other projects where I'm not making money. So I appreciate that. Giggity said, dogs and toddlers love effing up the blinds. Yeah, that's why, I don't know. The new ones that we bought, they're not the same. Like, they wouldn't be broken nearly as easy. You'd have to be trying to break them to break it, I think. And thankfully, the few things we've spent money on so far, the dryer, the blinds, even if we rescreen the porch, the few things we've done so far, would be things that we would want done anyway. So if something really bad happens and the loan falls through at the last second, or for whatever reason we can't buy the second property, all the money we're spending right now, they're improvements that we wanted to make anyway. So it is what it is. Giggity said the screen material isn't cheap, but it shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, I'm worried. I'm concerned about that piece of the puzzle. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, the frame of it, all the wood. In all honesty, the whole thing should probably be redone. I don't know if that's going to be possible. We'll see. We'll see. I'm open to it at an appropriate price, but I'm really afraid that would be very expensive. And in that case, we might not be able to fix the whole thing. We might just rescreen it. I don't know. I'll see what I can do, man. Today, they just told us that we have to have a certain amount of money in our bank account after close. We got to be able to prove that we've got a certain amount of money available at the end. And so anything that I do, we can't dip below that amount. It's over $7,000. So I've got to be able to close on the house, plus keep a minimum of like $7,500 in the bank account on closing day after all the expenses. So if there's a couple fixes that go beyond that, I'm not going to be able to do it. Is that a separate super chat? I think that's a separate super chat. Joshua, thank you. He says, who you got in the NBA play-in tournament? Games tonight. Okay, so the Western Conference games are tonight. We're going to have, and I forget which is first, but we're going to have, I assume Lakers Pelicans will be first because that's over here. We're going to line up $6 for 3 miles. It's actually going to be less than that because we're driving in the direction of the pickup anyway. That's going to be about a $6 for 1.5 mile order, probably 2 miles maybe. We'll do that next. I think we'll get Lakers Pelicans first tonight. We'll get Warriors Kings second. I'm definitely picking the Lakers in the first game. They just played the other night. I know things could be different, but I thought the Lakers really showed that when they need to win a game, they're much better than the Pelicans are. The Lakers are going to win tonight. The other game's a toss-up, a true toss-up. I listened to Draymond Green's podcast last night where he was talking about tonight's game, and he said that the key in tonight's game is going to be Jonathan Kuminga. He said, if Jonathan Kuminga plays well, we're going to win the game. I've got a feeling that Jonathan Kuminga might not be the guy that you want your season resting on. For that reason, I'll say it. I'm picking the Kings. I'm picking the Kings to win tonight. How about that? Because of Jonathan Kuminga. I just don't think. I think if Draymond Green is putting all his trust in Jonathan Kuminga, I don't know if that's good enough at this stage. The guy might be a good player in a couple years, I'm hearing, but right now, your season's going to rest on him right now? Good luck. He's still a little bit fresh. His game needs some improvement. He's still a little young. He's still too young to be relying on in a must-win game. What's up, Brandon? Brandon's back. I'm getting hungry myself, but thankfully the apps are keeping me busy today. I don't even know what day of the week it is. It's Tuesday, right? It's Tuesday. Oh, yeah. Wow, I'm surprised we've been, we're getting back-to-back orders pretty much here on a Tuesday. Alex just got a $117 Amazon Flex Shift. I used to like doing those, man. When you would get a good one like that. But in a while. I'll be right back. We've got a 0.7 mile drive to the next pickup. Yeah, so we're getting back-to-back orders, and we're getting very efficient trips so far. Nothing, no bangers yet.
Turn right on Blacksmith Street, then turn left on Clouds Way.
Like, what's the best order I've done so far? $8? $8-something. So there's nothing crazy going on, but at least we're staying busy. Alex did a $78 3-hour Amazon Flex Shift earlier today. Yeah, those were the really good days when I could get two. There were a few times that happened for me. I did 2 Amazon shifts in a day, and that was like $200 right there. So it was like do an Amazon shift at night, do one in the morning, one at night, and like deliver food at lunchtime. Those were back in the days where I could bring in $250 in a day. Brandon said I did like $100 worth of gig work this past weekend. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't been doing much myself. I've been making as much. I did two 4-hour shifts at the ice cream shop. I've been probably making as much doing that as anything else. Just because I've been so ridiculously busy. I haven't been doing a lot of driving. But it's been good. I've already started getting in a rhythm of doing a DoorDash delivery on the way to the ice cream shop, which is good. So I get paid for the drive to the ice cream shop, and then I work my shift, and then I clock out, and then I turn the apps back on, and I try and do another food delivery on the way home. All right, I'll be right back. All right, we're going back toward the university again. We got 1.4 miles to go.
Turn left, then turn left on Arden Lane. In a quarter mile, turn left on Ebenezer Road using the left lane.
Let me sit y'all on top of the basketball, and you'll get a little bit of a better angle. If you stay flat, what are the chances the basketball doesn't roll in the seat? Oh, you already fell. Giggity says you may get it done with the 2 rolls. You know what? I'm wondering if that might be something I could do myself. I mean, it can't be that hard, right? It can't be that bad. Oh, the whole job shouldn't be more than $250. Dude, don't run through the street, bro. Golly. Suicidal freaking Rock Hillians, dude. Yeah, $250.
Turn right on Camden Avenue.
I can afford $250 for sure. I thought I was, well, if the whole frame has to be done, and you know, if they have to basically rebuild the entire back porch, I'm guessing that'd be a couple grand at least.
Turn right on Camden Avenue, then turn right. New message from Jennifer E. I'm on crutches. My friend is coming out to grab it.
I'm concerned that might be like $5 grand.
Turn right.
And in that
Jennifer
case,
E. says, meet at door.
yeah, anyway, I don't know if I've got $5 grand that I can give to it. That I probably don't have enough money to do that. 250, I know I can afford that. Brandon says, if you do live streaming at 2 Scoops, you could start a cream tuber niche community. Oh man, no, it's cool. Like, I don't think that'll probably happen. I don't think I'll be live streaming from there. But they did tell me in the interview. I didn't even ask them. The owner was like, if you want to work it into YouTube content, I'm okay with that. And I was like, oh, okay, I get it. Hey, free advertising. So definitely not while I'm training. I want to make sure that I know what I'm doing and I'm an efficient, good worker before I try doing that. But I am confident that eventually I will take a couple shots from 2 Scoops and I'll incorporate it in a video or a vlog or something of that nature. Y'all will see me in there eventually, but it might be a few weeks before I feel that I'm ready to do that without it taking away from my work. Okay, I'm back here at the university. I'm getting hungry myself. I'm thinking maybe we should take a little break and get something to eat. Giggity said, put them in a good light. Yeah, of course. Yeah. I understand. I understand the task at hand. I guess it hasn't been an hour yet. We don't have any of our Uber Eats tips in yet. So according to this, I've made $6 in base pay on Uber. I've made $8 on DoorDash. Giggity, you'll appreciate this. I'm thinking about, thankfully, the situation is all the numbers that have been run as to whether or not we can afford this house, according to the mortgage loan officer, it includes the money that I have digitally. I have some cash at the house, of course, and that's the cash that I'm going to be using on my trip to Biloxi this week and weekend, starting tomorrow night. So I've got a little bit of cash. Not a little bit. I've got plenty of cash. And if things go really poorly and I lose it, it's not a big deal. It doesn't change the math on the house. If things go really well, we're going to have some extra money, which is nice. But my thought process is, I hear that the strength of Biloxi, the Biloxi, Mississippi casinos, I'm hearing that the strength of my trip is going to be, number one, the hot tubs, which is amazing because y'all know I'm a sucker for hot tubs. Y'all haven't even seen the content from my vacation yet with Allison, but we enjoyed the hot tub. Y'all see me in a hot tub. So I'll be in more hot tubs in Mississippi. I'm also hearing that the poker rooms down there are like world class in terms of like quality. That's what I'm. So I'm thinking that this time, I will still play some blackjack and roulette, but I might be very intentional about spending the majority of my time actually playing poker. I played poker 6 nights ago on Wednesday, and it was probably some of the best poker I've ever executed in my life. I played outstanding poker, and I won some money, and I should have won more than I did. But basically what happened was, on Wednesday, I started with a $200 bankroll. I ran it up to $637. Then I was given kings. I was given pocket kings. The person to my right, so the guy acting right before me, had queen jack offsuit. I made him pay pre-flop. I think we were heads up on the flop because I put a decent chunk out there. He called it pre-flop. The flop came out. It was like a 3 or something like that, like a 2 or a 3, and a 10 and a king. I've hit trip kings. He's now open-ended. 10, jack, queen, king. I really made him pay for it this time. I put a bunch of money in there. He sat there and thought about it. And he even predicted out loud what I had. He said, "You've got trip kings." I know how you play. You've got trip kings. And he decided to call it. The turn card came, it was like a 5 or some innocuous card. Or I think what it did was it was actually the second diamond on the board or something like that. Or he might have flopped 2 diamonds. I forget the exact thing, but now there was a flush draw on the board. I actually put him on the flush draw. I didn't think he had queen jack. I thought it was going to be, I thought he had an ace. I was thinking that he could potentially have ace king of diamonds and was looking for a either like runner ace, or he wasn't sure I had pocket kings and thought maybe an ace would give him 2 pair and he'd beat me, or that he had the ace of diamonds and that one more diamond would complete the nut flush. That's what I thought was going on. And then the final card came out. It wasn't a diamond, but it was the ace. It was an ace. So he completed his straight on the river, even though I made him pay for it handsomely all along the way. So long story short, I got sucked out on there. So now the $200 that I'd run up to over 600 was now back to like 200. It was like 190. All that hard work I did back down to 190 on an unlucky river. And then I did it again. And I ran it up above 600 again. Just slowly but surely. I don't even think I was going all in. Like I think I was just slowly grinding it out, picking up pots. And I think that's some of the best poker I've ever played, to run 200 up above 600 twice while getting a bad beat in the middle. That's some of the best poker I've ever played. So that was a long story to be explaining why when I go to Biloxi this weekend or this week, I'm going to be playing a lot of poker, I think. And I just truly believe that the quality of play at the game that I play here in Rock Hill is higher than at the casinos. I'm convinced of that. And so I win here at what I consider to be a very high level of play. I think that if here, let me order food real quick. Hey, I'm just going to do the I'll do a spicy potato soft taco.
Okay.
I'll do just one like hard shell beef taco.
Anything else?
And a water, please.
Okay. Is there anything else?
No.
Everything on your screen correct, and I do have you with the water, and would you like any sauce for that?
Fire sauce, please.
I got you with fire sauce. Would you like to round it up to the nearest box before I call you for today?
No, I'm trying to buy a house.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
So it's gonna be 5:36.
Okay. No donations right now. Yeah, I can't do that right now. That 64 cents, I'm gonna need that. Anyway, part of my problem is bankroll. Like, well, actually, that's not true. I've got the money. I don't know.
Okay, that's what was.
Thank you. This is the woman that doesn't reach out of the freaking window. I have to like hang out of the car to give her my card and get the food. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay, so you want $2 for that? Okay.
Okay. What I was trying to say is, I think that if I had a little bit of room for error, if I had a bankroll, I think it's entirely possible I would actually be successful as like a full-time poker player in the casinos. And I know a lot of people think that. A lot of people think that, and then they can't do it. We'll see how it goes in Biloxi. But I'm just flatly, I'm just an above average player. It can't be argued anymore. I win too consistently for it to be up for debate. I'm just a good poker player, to the point that I'm thinking maybe I should really maybe put some energy and attention to it. The problem is I've got to risk money to do it. But I don't know. Especially with the gig work kind of being so unreliable right now. Giggity said above average is a profitable player. Well, you still got to account for you got to factor luck in too. The one issue with being an above average poker player is that means over time you're going to be more unlucky than you are lucky, because if you're a good player, you're putting yourself in advantageous positions over and over and over. It's rare that you're going to make a mistake and actually be at a disadvantage and need to get lucky. It's going to be more common that you're in the advantage and you get sucked out on. So you've got to account for that. You're going to lose over time. If you're a good player, you're actually going to lose over time in the luck category. But yeah, what would it take? Let's say I'm doing $200 buy-ins. Let's talk this out together in real time. What would it take for me to actually like make more playing poker than I do actually working? If I did it with consistency, if I played 5 nights a week, if I played 5 nights a week on a $200 buy-in, and let's say I allowed myself to lose twice a week. For the math, let's say I'm losing twice a week. Or let's say even, and in some circumstances I would rebuy. So let's say I give myself room for 4 failures a week. That's $800. So I would have to be successful in doubling my buy-in. Seven times for it to be worth it? Would that be worth it? Successfully double the buy-in 7 times would be $1,400. If I lost 4 times, that'd be $800. That'd be a $600 profit over 5 nights. Loosely, roughly. And of course, I could more than double the. There would be times I could more than double the bankroll, like I did on Wednesday. On Wednesday, I tripled the bankroll. I don't know. Maybe it's doable. Giggity says 70% of players are below average. I see. I don't know, I guess 50. So you would 50% are below the median, but 70% are below average. I've played with, over time, I've played with, and I'm talking like consistently. I'm not talking about just like one time a guy shows up. I'm talking about players that I've played with consistently in my area. There's probably 30 or 40 of them that I would include in that category. I'd put myself, and again, the level of play is higher in my opinion in these games. One, because it's Rock Hill and everybody knows each other, so they know how I play. Two, because it's an underground game, like technically illegal. You got to be like really want to play to come to it. It's not a casino where you're just halfway there for vacation. If you're playing poker on a Wednesday night in Rock Hill, it's because you really want to play. So there's that. And three, I don't know, I guess that's my argument for it. You don't, in the casinos, you'll get complete suckers. You don't get complete suckers at the poker game that I play at, except for one or two. There's actually one or two that are complete suckers. But of the 30 or 40 people that play consistently, I would say I'm definitely in the top 25%. With humility, I'm in the top 25% of that group, in my opinion. And the ones that are better than me, I just mostly try and stay away or avoid for the most part. Sometimes I get them, sometimes they get me, but that's the other part. You don't have to be better than everybody at the poker table to be the most successful person at the poker table, if you know who also not to mess with. Giggity said avoid playing during the week. That's when the better players play. I see what you mean. While I'm in Biloxi. Brandon said, you stopped going live. I forgot how many ads run on these puppies. Yeah, I put the same amount of ads that normally play, but I thought about actually increasing the ads today. I decided not to. But because I'm not earning much money right now in my weekly work, I thought about increasing the ads. But I didn't, because I care about y'all more than I care about the money. Yeah, Giggity, I don't play tournaments. I've never, ever played a tournament in my life. But I'm open to it. I've always played cash games. And the reason I like that is because I'm not afraid to quit while I'm ahead. I'm not afraid to run a $200 buy-in to $650 and I'm out. That's good enough for me. Because what I'm not about to do is, see, I was lucky that when I had pocket kings and hit trip kings in my example earlier, I was lucky that the person to my right had a smaller stack than I did. Because I would have been willing to go all in over that thing, and I would have gone to zero. Thankfully, he was smaller stacked than me. I stayed alive because he ended up going all in. I got him all in at the end, before the river. Before the river, I got him all in. And I was able to rebuild because of that. So yeah, that's why if there's somebody at the table, if there's 2 or 3 people at the table with like $1,000, and I've run my balance from 200 to 650, I'm probably cashing out because I can't afford for one mistake to wipe it all out. I don't want that. Giggity says, I'm sure you've got a good table image. It used to be, my table image used to be that I'm just like super tight. So over the last several months, I've been intentional about loosening up a bit. And now I get a lot more calls than I used to. I also show my cards a lot. Like, hands are over. A lot of people say, don't show your cards. No, I don't believe in that. I show my cards a lot. Because I believe in... And see, this is the thing. Like, they think like, oh, I'm going to figure out how you play kings. No, you're not, because I play the kings differently. I'm not playing the cards the exact, you know, I'm switching my bet sizes up. I quite often complete slow roll kings because I'm so worried about an ace on the flop. I quite often check or just enter the flop for the least amount of money possible. So that's why I show my cards a lot, because people think they're figuring me out. It's kind of like basketball. I had a buddy the other day telling me he was figuring out what I was doing with basketball, because I'm a particularly good one-on-one basketball player. The more people you add onto the basketball court, the less effective I become. So I'm actually the worst version of myself in a 5-on-5 basketball game. Give me one-on-one, I'll literally put myself up against anybody. Give me 2-on-2 or 3-on-3, I'm a very good basketball player. Once you get up to 4-on-4 and 5-on-5, the court gets a little bit too crowded for me to be at my best, because I work with space. So what I was saying was, he was telling me we were playing one-on-one, and he was like, I think I finally figured out what you're doing. And I was like, that's funny, because I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm not working some like routine, bro. I told him, when I'm about to dribble, I don't know if I'm about to shoot, drive. It's literally like a split-second decision, everything I do on the basketball court. Because I can either shoot or drive effectively. So I'm simply reading the defender. Whatever the defender has decided to give to me on any given possession is what I'm going to take. And the difference in the defender's position can be an inch. I mean, if he backs up just a little too much, I'm pulling the shot. If he's a little too close to me, I'm going past him. And that's how it is in poker. That's how it is in poker. I don't play set hands the same way every time. It just kind of depends on what's going on. You've got to. What's up, Ken? Do you only play at the boats? Or you'll play poker anywhere? I'll play poker anywhere. I've never actually played poker on a boat, to be honest with you. I've never been on a casino boat. Yep. Yeah, the house rakes at my game. How do you have a poker game where the house doesn't rake? How does that happen? Okay, the first Uber tip came in, but we've got 2. We still have 2 on the way. There's the second one right there. So now we're just waiting on 1 more. So there's been I know of poker games in Charlotte that get busted sometimes. What's up, Cray Cray? What's happening? Oh, wow. Oh, well, we don't keep cash on the table anyway. We have chips. All cash gets taken care of in the back room, you know what I mean? We don't no cash is on the table. But yeah, I know of poker games in Charlotte that get busted sometimes. But our little one here in Rock Hill doesn't get busted. I don't think it ever would. I mean, there's no reason for that. See, the ones in the poker games in Charlotte, you get a lot of legitimate drug dealers there. Actual like serious drug dealers. That's where their money's coming from. And that might be why the cops would crash that one a lot more often. Thankfully, I've never been there when it got crashed. I've never experienced that. But I mean, I know people who were there. You know? And that's multiple times. Giggity said, I would not play a hand against you. I'd fold and get out of your way. Yeah, for the most part, that's probably the right thing to do. Certainly, listen, there's times that I bluff a pre-flop bet, maybe even a post-flop bet. One or two. If I'm betting post-turn or river, I still might not have you, but that means I think I've got you. I don't bluff that far. I kind of dip my toe in and I get out of the bluff scenario. Yeah, if I'm betting heavy post river, you better think long and hard, because that means that probably means I've got either a top. I've either got nuts or like second nuts or third nuts, probably. That's probably what that means. Giggity, if I was at the poker table with you, I wouldn't even know it. I would have no idea. I'm also taking one $10 scratch off from South Carolina to Biloxi, Mississippi. And y'all will get a YouTube short while I'm down there of me scratching that one off. I haven't done a scratch off since our last live stream when we won. We won 20 on a $10 ticket. Yeah, I did. So one time I found this disc. The story behind this disc is a little bit concerning. I'll cover up the phone number, that way y'all don't like try and call this number, but I found this disc and inside of it was written Aaron H with a phone number. I never called the phone number. I'm worried that that's Aaron Hernandez. I think I might have the disc. You know, it's a Innova distance driver. I think I might have the distance driver of a serial killer. And if that's the case, this might be worth a lot of money. I got to be careful with this one. My other two I bought myself. So there's nothing written on the inside of them. I bought these. You can tell how old it is. It's worn off. My shark. It's worn off. I've been using this since high school. I've been using this putter since high school. I think I found this one like I actually can't remember. I'm not sure how long I've had this. And I've lost a lot of discs along the way as well. Some in the woods, some in the water. How far is a good drive? For me, I'm not very good. I kind of just play this for fun. I'm like, see, this is why I'll tell y'all. I'm pretty honest about my capabilities. I'll tell you, like I'm a below average disc thrower. I'm an above average ultimate frisbee player. I'm an above average. I'm an above average basketball player for sure. Certainly an above average poker player, but I'll be honest about it. I'm a below average disc player. I do it for fun. How far is a good drive for me? I'm trying to think because I don't even play that often, but yesterday we were playing on like holes ranged anywhere from 150 to 300 yards, right? Yards or feet? No. Feet. It's got to be feet. Anywhere from 150 to 300 feet. Man, I really don't. I would guess that I can probably put it. I don't think I can throw it 200 feet even. And I haven't figured this one out. The chicken wing throw, sidearm, I can't do that. A lot of people whip it like way far, throwing it out like that. I throw every disc like a Frisbee disc because that's what I'm used to doing. I'm a really good ultimate Frisbee player. So I'm used to throwing them like this. And that's why I don't get as much distance. No, I can't. I'm saying I can't throw it 200 feet, Giggity. I'm not getting it 200 feet. I don't know. What I'll do is next time I play, because I also play on difficult courses. And Rock Hill, if you Google it, Rock Hill's like known for disc golf. Every year, the national championship is held here in Rock Hill. What I'll do next time is I'll go to one of the easier courses around here and with a sort of a flat hole, and I'll just rip it straight and see how far I can get it. And then I'll revisit that question. Because now I don't even know, and now I want to know the answer for myself. Alex said we'll have to go. Absolutely, dude. We can do it or twice for sure. There's more than one good place to go throw discs at. Giggity said I've been known to drive a golf ball 300 plus yards. I've played golf. I've done Top Golf twice, I think. I've played golf once, like actual legitimate golf. And I've played mini golf several times. But in terms of actual golf driving, I would guess I can probably hit it. Well, the roll counts, like, right? If it rolls, does that count? So we're not talking about where it hits the ground originally. We're talking about where it rolls to. Because with a roll, I can probably hit a golf ball I think I could get it 110 yards. Giggity said the roll counts for sure. Yeah, I think with a roll, I think I could probably get 110 yards. Giggity said I'm a small dude, but I can generate some club speed. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just like not good at launching stuff. Except for basketball. Well, basketball's not that far though. But like I can hit. Y'all saw me shooting the 30-foot shots at the Big Three. And actually my shooting percentage that day wasn't even good. I just hit one of them eventually, but once I get warmed up, I can hit 30-foot shots easy. Like I've really probably got a 35-foot range with a little bit of consistency on basketball. But yeah, when it comes to like baseball, disc golf, even ultimate frisbee, I'm a really good ultimate frisbee player, but I can only throw it so far. I'm just incredibly precise when it comes to the ultimate disc. I'm ridiculously precise, and I can throw it at various angles. I can hook it left or right easy. I'm also a good catcher of the disc, a good mover off the disc. I'm a great defensive player. I'm a great defensive player in basketball too. That's really what puts me over the top. Because in basketball defense, most of defense in basketball is just effort. You just have to want it. I don't even think it's a lot of skill. It's just you just gotta want to do it. Giggity said you can do 250 easy. Yeah, I've only played golf like one time. I don't know. Usually I get pissed off, and I've played golf before with people where they hit the ball with the clubs, and I just throw it. I just throw it like a quarterback. I'm just like, hey, I'll throw it towards the hole. How about that? And I actually do better doing that. I could probably throw a golf ball on the roll. I could probably throw it. That's what I'm telling you. Like, I can probably get I could probably do a 100-yard throw with a golf ball. I think with a roll, I bet you I could get 100 yards. Giggity said you're just there to drive the cart. Yeah, I'm the Uber. I'm the Lyft golf cart driver for the day. That's a funny visual for sure. I'm just here to deliver the food and drive the cart. Yeah, I should probably end the live stream there. We were busy there for like a good 30 minutes. And then it just ended. But hey, I hope y'all enjoyed the live stream. Oh, skip the ads. Oh, shoot. I think y'all are seeing one more ad. I tried to skip it, but I didn't see it until the last second. Alex said, Beer Boy Welty. Yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed the live stream. I'm glad that I got one live in before my trip. One live for the week. Got to catch up with y'all. I got a lot to do. I got a stupid amount of stuff to do. But I wanted to do this today to like slow down and get back to some normalcy. Hey, if you're considering a move to South Carolina, hit your boy up. If you want a 4-bedroom house, that's a niche market. But if you need a 4-bedroom in South Carolina, let me know. Otherwise, I will see you all next time on Welty with a short from Biloxi, Mississippi. And I owe you guys plenty of video uploads. That's another thing I think I'm going to do while I'm away is take some time off the poker table, go back to the hotel room, and edit a video or two. Because when I come back home to South Carolina after this trip, again, I'm not gonna have like video editing time. I'm gonna be putting my time in at 2 Scoops and facilitating a move and finding a renter and all that. So YouTube's kind of been put on the back burner, unfortunately. I hate that because YouTube's my favorite thing to do. By far. Honestly, I live for this. So, all right. Y'all have a good day. We'll see you next time.